Happy Sabbath. Blessed be the name of Jesus. And today, the mission report is entitled as Praying for a Baby. If you have your Sabbath school lesson, you can turn with me to page 29, and you will be able to find the mission report here. It's beautiful. It is just a synopsis of what this person called Marjorie Gisonka is writing about. My son was born a year after I got married. Then nothing, no more children. People started to notice, why aren't we conceiving? One person asked, maybe you should go to the medical doctor for help. Another said, some people suggested that I should visit a witch doctor. These are quite common, which happens, right? My husband and I wanted more children to be taught at Rasunku Secondary School, which is a Seventh-day Adventist boarding academy in Mon, Zambia. And then I was trying to become an elementary school teacher. What could I say to this inquiring about the size of my family? And that's the way it is. I repeated again and again. God will provide. I wasn't sad or annoyed by people's spirit, but at times overwhelmed. I realized that some of my more suspicious friends thought I was being punished for some unknown reasons. That's quite common. Then my husband's sister died, and we adopted a 3-year-old daughter. We had 2 children in our home. My superstitious friends rejoiced, saying this girl's presence would make up my hormones and allow me to have another baby. Still nothing happened. But the biblical story of Hannah in 1 Samuel chapter 1 gave me a little bit of hope. Hannah was a prayerful woman who never gave up. She persisted until God granted her prayer, and she gave birth to Samuel. And that's a historical story which is absolutely evident in the Word of God. My husband and I kept praying. We prayed for 13 long years. Then one day I noticed something was different. I was pregnant. My husband and I immediately knelt and prayed with thanksgiving. We named our second child as Chidina, which means worthwhile, in the Tonga language. It was well worth the wait. In no time I gave birth to the 3rd son, which means let it be so. His name is Jeffery Paul. Let it be so. My 2 younger sons are now 17 and 14, and they love Jesus. God has blessed my family abundantly. We had just be patient. When you ask God to give something good in faith, He will give you more than you could possibly desire. That's the beauty of today's mission report. And may God bless this lovely family as they minister into various parts of the African community in Zambia. And the Sabbath school lesson, all of you have Sabbath school lesson? Yeah, good. And it's a beautiful and a challenging lesson. If you be able to go to this lesson, you'll be able to understand a very, very important aspect of what life takes about. I think it is going to be an absolute beautiful lesson that we want to learn today. It is entitled as Preparing for Change. Preparing for change. My question for each one of us is, are we prepared for change eventually happens in a lifetime? The Bible says in Psalms chapter 90 verse 10, a man's lifespan is 70. If his strength increases, it's going to be what? 80. So within the birth and the death, what we live, in between life and death, it is a constant change. You see, adapting to different kinds of change in our life is life. And that's what it means to say. And we'll be able to see some very practical importance of how we can be able to be adaptive for change. You should have a Sabbath school lesson, okay? I will give you a Sabbath school lesson. Okay? It simply says, life is full of changes. Life without changes is not life at all. Just imagine if a baby is born and doesn't grow and adapted to the situation of how the life has to be. It's very difficult, right? You came all the way from India to USA. The time changes, right? You have to get adapted. You know there is going to be a time change and zonal change, and if you are not willing to adapt, you won't come here at all. So the very presence of you coming here got adjusted to the adaptability of whatever it has happened here. Either it might be food, it might be culture, it might be travel, it might be whatever. Okay, change is always inevitable that we have to. That's what it is. So life is full of changes. Things change, life change, people change, environment change. Okay, everything what we see through our naked eyes has to change, including ourselves. The fact is, the existence of life is part of a change. Because one thing is absolutely sure. You know what's that? You know, there's one thing that doesn't change. You know what that doesn't change? The only thing that does not change is the reality of change itself. What doesn't change? What doesn't change? The reality of change itself doesn't change. That's all. Did you get, brother? Okay. Apart from that reality of change, everything has changed. That's what it means to say. Okay. On the other hand, sometimes we can see changes coming. We are given forewarnings, signs. Most probably you're getting a flu. There are signs and symptoms. A change of growth, a change of maturity, a change of evidence that you and I have been able to grow. Okay, when this happens, it is wise to start preparing to whatever degree possible for what we can see coming. Many of these changes are big. Some changes are big, some changes are small, some changes are evident, some changes are unevident, some changes are being given signs to be able to get things done, some signs are there which is not evident, so we have to be able to prepare for whatever changes. Like for example, there are some big changes like marriage. Yes. When you have a child. Yes. Old age. Yes. Death. Yes. Do we have signs and symptoms of all this stuff? Do we have signs and symptoms of all this stuff? Yes. Absolutely. There is no option, okay, that you and I will be able to just get through. The Bible text is taken from Psalms 85, verse 30. It says, righteousness will go before him and shall make his footsteps are perfect. When you are evident that you have faith in God, most probably many people does not. When you have faith in God, and the Bible says, righteousness will go before thee. What is righteousness? What is righteousness? Because life is full of changes, that's what we learn. Okay, what is righteousness? In life, you walk in the right path. That's what it means to say. Man is a moral being, can be able to differentiate between what is right and wrong. So when changes occur, either it might be situational, either it might be circumstantial, or it might be any way there might be some change. So if you and I have been able to be prepared, so whatever it is, our focus of righteousness will not change. You see, doing what is right is righteousness. As a moral human being, you'll be able to bifurcate between what is right and wrong, good or bad, what is acceptable, what is unacceptable. It's a matter of choice. Last week we read about power of choice, right? Choices that we make. So the whole life depends on what we choose. So if you and I are evident of believing in God, so which means you and I will be able to follow what? Righteousness, doing what is right. So as a moral human being, you and I be able to make a choice of what is right. So the Bible says it absolutely clearly. If your focus is there, whatever changes might be evident in and around your life, you will follow what? Righteousness. And righteousness will be able to go before him and shall make his footstep. Okay, so which means evidently the Bible says that depend on me. when there are absolute changes taking place around, so that you will be able to focus on what is right. That's what it means to say. Okay? So there will be changes like marriage, children, old age, and even death. And yes, we do not live in isolation, which means then that the changes that come to us can impact our families in a big way. At the same time, changes in our families can also impact each family member too. That's the beauty. Let's go to the Sunday part, okay, of the lesson, which is called as unprepared. What happens when we are unprepared? There is one thing about the Word of God: it does not, okay, gloss over the realities of human life. Many times we question God, right? Have you questioned God anytime? Have you questioned God anytime? No? Haven't you questioned God anytime? Most probably when things are absolutely in a downhill. Have you questioned God? Why is this, God, that you allowed this to happen? Sometimes atheists do question and say, is there God? You see, many times, when sickness loom, when our family members are on the verge of death, have you ever been questioned? Our children met in an accident. Why God me? These are unprepared changes, which is evident to just come through. And many times we see that God is absolutely silent. He is not doing anything, absolutely nothing. So we question the existence of God. That's the time where our faith even shatters. God was then there now. Okay, God is now here. So between then and now, our faith is shaken in every angle. Have you experienced that one any time? Unpreparedness. Okay? And the Bible says it very clearly in 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 1 to 30. One of the warnings that we have in the Word of God, that we have to be prepared for any eventuality which just pass our way. Very, very important. In many ways, many of our actions in life are simply how we react to change. Understand this one. A very, very beautiful thing. It says, in many ways, many of our actions, it might be good or bad. Like, for example, you might be traveling somewhere and you see another mother, especially do as it happens this way, when you are, driving the car, most probably there's a red light to stop. Okay, suddenly there's a green light and the first person delays a little bit. What happens with the behind guy? He starts honking. You know why? He is impatient. Why? Because there's a green light you're supposed to go. So there is an evidence of change that is happening. So another person gets annoyed because the first person didn't move forward. Many times we lose patience when things happen that way. That's a simple thing. But just imagine, my child is a good guy. My child is a very good guy. So something happens, as soon as he comes home, we'll see him, have a smoke, that smell coming from him. Whenever we thought that he's going to smoke, how will your father and mother feel about it? Immediately, instantly, what will be your reaction? You see, that's what it's talking about. So it simply says, many of our actions in life, are simply how we react to the change. Very important. Because we constantly face changes in our lives. The challenge as Christians is entirely different by the challenges the world faces. As a Christian, the Bible says very clearly, if somebody comes and gives you one on your cheek, you show another. It's difficult. It's not so easy. As a Christian, can you be able to do that? And I will say, yes, my Jesus did that. I should be able to follow him. You and I be able to follow. Okay. The footsteps of Christ, most probably we'll be able to adhere to him at any cost. Okay. As Christians, it's entirely different. So the challenge for us as Christians is to deal with them through faith. That is absolutely very important. Again, what is faith? What is faith? Unseen things hope for. Why? The Bible says, if you are a Christian, you want to walk in the paths of righteousness, our focus should not, whatever the change happens, Whatever the change happens in and around the situation, but our focus of doing what is right should not be what? Because the person did this, I'm going to do this. Because the situation demanded this way, so I'm going to react in this way. No. You lose your focus. Your faith is startled. And that is called as unpreparedness. You prepare with God. And that's the reason the word of God is given in 1 Timothy chapter 3 verse 15. Okay, all scriptures are given for the inspiration of by the God. So what happens? So you and I will be able to what? Adapt this for our own admonitions. That's what it means to say. The greatest want of the world is the want of men. That's what Ellen White says. Men who will not be bought or sold. It is talking about no situation should be able to deter you from doing what is right. No situation should be able to help you to be able to go in a wrong path. No situation should be able to overtake you. That's the reason there's a word saying that. Let not situation control you. Circumstances control you. But you should be able to control the situations and circumstances. So be a master of, the changes, okay, in adaptability. That's what it means to say. So it means the greatest want of man is those who are not bought or sold. And it says, men who in their inmost souls are true and honest. Not eye pleasers. When somebody is there, you do. When somebody is not there, you do. No. Wherever you are, whatever the situation is all about, whatever the circumstances, whatever the situation is prevailing at the moment, but you do what is absolute. That's what we need in this 21st century. That's what it means to say. And then, men who do not fear to call sin by its right name. Many of us, we fear to call sin in its wrong name. I'm afraid to say, right? You're doing something wrong that I should not be able to call to you. No, why should I? That is your business. Choices is there. But in a modern setup, okay, as a church, as Christians, and the Bible is absolutely clear that we should be able to call sin by its right name, not any wrong name. It says, men whose consign is as true to duty to the needle to the pole, accurate, no deterring whatsoever. That's what it means to say. And then in Acts chapter 5 verse 1 to 10, and we do have Ananias and Sapphira. And what is that important thing that we'll be able to learn from Ananias and Sapphira is this. Okay, and Peter never asked him, get your property to us. They volunteered. When they saw the money was absolutely in abundance, and then you see the change start taking place in there. And you see the consequences what happened. The change. So when we talk about righteousness, focal point is very important. Ananias and Sapphira is one of the greatest examples. So never succumb our life to changes by not doing what is right and what is right. And of course, when we talk about Genesis chapter 16, we talk about Sarah and Abraham. Now, that's a beautiful story too, right? And what happened to Sarah and Abraham? God said, I'm going to have, you be bearing a son. And they never believed in harm. And suddenly Sarah started talking to Abraham and said, come on, Abraham, I'm so old now. Even though the promised one God had told, but still I believe that you have to get married to somebody else in order to have the promised one. Right, Auntie? And then what happened? Hagar came into the picture. Ishmael was born. When God's promise was fulfilled, and you see the challenge there. You see the challenge there. So what does the Bible teach us again? Okay. When you trust God, trust Him completely. When changes take place, don't ever make sure. Because, and these are the two examples we have. And of course, in Matthew chapter 20, we have another example of John James coming and saying, after experiencing with Jesus Christ, James and John's mother comes to Jesus and says, will you be able to allow my sons to be able to sit on the right side and on the other? What happened? Why? Why did they ask? Why did they ask? Why did they ask? Many people thought that Jesus was going to be able to rule this world. He is going to relieve them from the captivity of Romans. But when Jesus started feeding thousands of people, when Jesus absolutely made a lot of miracles, these people were a little covetous. And they said, if I could be there with Jesus, I could be the president and he could be the secretary. But other selfishly goes into Jesus says, will you be able to allow me? This is selfish. And Jesus explains it absolutely very clearly. You see, changes happen, right? When we don't have anything, you see our reaction. When we have everything, see our reaction. When we don't have money, you see us. When we have money, changes take place. That's what the example is all about. So what is the Bible trying to tell us? May your focal point not be changed at any cost. Don't change to any situation, either big or small, good or bad, or acceptable, not acceptable. It is favorable to you, not favorable to you. But may your focal point only be on Jesus. If your focal point is only on Jesus and righteousness, you will keep on with it. I know about a friend. His name is Austin. We used to work in the campus stores. Sometimes some days we used to not have any work at all. We used to not have any work, absolutely nothing. So we all used to sit there. I learned from this guy. Young guy, nearly 22 years old. I said, Austin, he used to always keep on, working something or the other. He used to look there, he used to look here, he used to go here, keep that there, arrange something. He used to not sit idle at all. We used to get 4 hours to work. In that 4 hours, when there's nothing to do, and I used to sit, but this guy, when he had nothing to do, still he had something to do. So when I asked him, what makes you do? Oh, I'm paid for this. Suppose in case if he still had nothing to do, he should clock out and go home. And we used to sit there and complete our hours. And he used to go. You see, there are people who are honest to their inmost soul, not tittering. Whatever the circumstances are, honest to the people. That's what it means to say. Okay, so unpreparedness like Ananias and Sapphira, Sarah and Abraham, and of course, who? James and John's mother. We have to be very careful with this. That's what it means to say. And then, of course, Monday's lesson, we are talking about preparing for marriage. And of course, all are married here, except you are not married, right? Okay, so this is a good lesson for you. Okay, so you have to prepare yourself for marriage. That's what it means to say. So this chapter will be based only for you, not for anyone else here. Okay, because all of us are married. One of the greatest changes a person faces in when he or she gets married. Auntie, how many years were you married? How many years? You and your husband live together? Oh, 20 years you live together. Okay. That's beautiful. 20 years of it. Many people live for 40 years, 45 years life, in the right old age and things like that. And still we do have Pastor Kundru Andhra, we go to their house and see husband and wife live together. Okay, marriage is very important. Why? Because not everyone gets married, right? Some people are there, don't wish to get married. Of course, that's God ordained thing that we have to get married. There's no option because God instituted it. And there are some people who didn't get married. Can you name people who didn't get married in the Bible? Name people who didn't get married in the Bible. Number one, I'm going to start with this Jesus. He never got married, right? Some people are there, huh? Paul never got married. And then there are many incidences in the Bible, okay, that talk about marriages. And people are got married, like Samson. Samson got married to whom? Delilah. Okay, was it a good choice or wrong choice? Okay, but how do you know that it was a wrong choice? Because he liked her, he loved her. Why do you think so? It was a wrong choice. He planned to, okay, she planned to kill him. Okay. Let's look at some of the important things that why, okay, wrong choices come into existence. Marriage is a gift from God. Marriage is a gift from God. And it typifies why marriage is absolutely important is this. Because in Ephesians chapter 5, verse 32, it talks about marriage is connected with husband and wife. The same way, marriage is connected with Jesus as the bridegroom and the church as the bride. So when marriage becomes so sacred, the relationship with you and the church also becomes sacred. The more you give allegiance to one person in marriage, which means you are aligned in marriage with Jesus Christ. That's what it means to say. What happens in this 21st century? Get married, something happens, live for 3 years, leave, go. Find another person, or feels everything is fine, go 10 years, leave, something happens, you just leave. That can't happen with a relationship with God. Will you agree? Yes, you're absolutely true. Okay. Right? You can't change God, right? You can't change God. Because God is one and one. And that's what Ephesians chapter 5 talks about it very clearly, that marriage is sacred. Why? Because you have to get aligned with only one person, not and sacred, he says. And then go a little bit further. If you have to, okay, get into marriage and things like that, it's a gift of God. Okay. I want to ask you a question. What do you think so? Okay. You are the prospect of getting married in the future. What do you expect from your future husband? What are the qualities or characteristics that you look forward? You're the only one who's not married, so I have to target you now. Okay? You tell me what are the things that you anticipate from your future husband? I can't ask you the Kishore because he's already married. Okay? I can't ask her or her. You're the only escape. I also got married. Okay? And those who are contemplating on marriage, I think so. Brother Anand is one among them, and Sister Mary is leaving soon. Okay. Anyway, no problem. What do you think so? You anticipate for your future husband?
Faithfulness.
Faithfulness, one, and then?
Loyalty.
Ah?
I'm sorry.
Okay, it goes hand in hand. Okay.
Always caring.
Caring, oh, beautiful. Okay, very good. Okay, so we have a lot of lists like that you can be able to make up. Okay, but we do have a list from the Bible. Okay, and most probably if you have your children, okay, get married in the future, listen to this one, which is recorded in Proverbs chapter 24, verse 30 to 34. The first thing that you have to look out in a person whom you want to give your son or daughter to marry is that person hardworking. Proverbs chapter 24, verse 30 or 34, it says, look for the person who is what? Hardworking. Just imagine a person who is lazy. Get married. You will know the situation, what happens. The first and the foremost thing is hard work. The second one, Proverbs chapter 22, verse 24, it says, does he or she have a bad temper?
How do you know that?
How do we know that? How do you know that? Right, that's a nice question.
For me, it was an arranged marriage.
Okay, for you this was an arranged marriage. From some of them a love marriage, and people sometimes they love, they get friendly like Samson and Delilah. They know everything and still want to get into the pit of getting into marriage somewhere. Consequences. But just imagine, Abraham wanted to find his lovely daughter-in-law father-in-law for his lovely son. When God ordains, He says, I want to read, Sister Amala, I want to please to read Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 24. Why it is so important? Allow God to work in each of our hearts. Ask Him, for our future spouses. He will never deny. He will get you the best person. And I did the same thing. But I was in Spice College. It's very appropriate. I should share this. When I was in Spice College, I never got friendly with anyone. Never got friendly with anyone. Because my parents, they never lived a happy life together. They always had some hiccups and fights and a lot of things. So I was scared of marriage. I didn't want my life to be ruined. So I met one pastor. My pastor came and told me, he's from Sri Lanka. He told me, Pastor, just keep it prayer, don't get friendly with anybody. God will send an angel from heaven. And you will not know. I believe that statement. Because the Bible says your faith has made you whole. It doesn't make any sense. Just believe. Never got friendly. When I was leaving Spice College, people said, you know what people said? If this guy is so talented, is not be able to find a fish in the ocean, can he be able to find a fish in a river? They mocked at me. I graduated in the year 2000. I joined my work in the 2000. In the year 2000 was a very beautiful year for me because that's the time where my parents went to, most probably to an engagement. They saw a girl there and they came and said, I found a girl for you. Are you ready to get married? What should I do? I didn't find anyone there because I believed that God is going to send the angel from heaven. So I was looking over to heaven because the Bible says, I lift up my heads unto the heaven. And here my parents are coming and saying, hey, here we have a girl. And he says, I didn't even see that girl first. They sent me a photo. I didn't even like, not even a feeling. She is from a village, I'm from the city. She is just 17, I'm 25. Okay, she doesn't know even English. Okay, I could speak. She came from a village background, I'm from a city background. I like dark girls, she was absolutely fair. What to do? Everything is opposite. Talk about marriage. I think so, that's the time. I used to pray every day. Before that I used to pray. But for marriage, I prayed more than 6 times, 7 times, 8 times. Lord, is that the person? I want to know who is right and wrong. How will you show me? Communicate with me. Fought with him, ask questions. God answered my prayer. That's the reason faith is an intimate part of individuality. You see? You should find out. The Bible says, ask and it shall be given. So I prayed, God showed me that is the person. I didn't even see her. Only once I went and talked with her. That's all. Just once, 1 hour, I went and talked with her. Within 3 months, we got married. So I'm getting married to a person whom I didn't like. It is just because God approved me. How do you know that? It's a personal relationship with Him. 19 years of marriage till today. No turning back, no turning back. You see, that's what faith can be able to do. You trust Him. He will never disappoint you. He will never disappoint your children. He will be able to give you. Yes, I want to read that one. Why can't I talk about back and forth? Okay. I have to be very honest with you. I'm till today, 18 years of my marriage, till today, we never had an argument. We never had a fight. We never had, it's all because of this now and this grace. Because when He gives you the best. That's what we do. Please read. Yeah.
Is it Proverbs 22:24?
Yes.
Do not associate with a man given to anger.
Why? Please read.
Or go with a hot-tempered man. Or you will learn his ways and find a snare for yourself.
The second thing that you have to be very careful, to give your children or somebody, find out if the person is a short-tempered man. Not my words, but God's word. And then we go a little bit further. Okay. In 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14 and 15, it says, do we share common beliefs? Very important. And many people might be able to come and say, it doesn't say. There are many people who got married with intercultural and a lot of things and things like that. And they are doing fine. But always I recommend that, share your common beliefs with the person whom you want to get married. And then, in Proverbs chapter 11 verse 14 it says, how do my family and friends feel about my future spouse is absolutely important. It is not only what you like, does a family also can be able to associate with it. A very important thing. And then, Proverbs chapter 3 verse 5 to 6 is saying, I rely on faith or on feelings alone. So when you want to make a decision in your marriage, make sure it should be based on faith or feeling. If this feeling, remember, Samson and Delilah. Feeling. Appealing. Because what entices with your eyes is temporary. What entices with your physicalness is skin deep. When you want to make choices, many times you like that person is so beautiful, very handsome, but he's short-tempered. Man, that's not the person. That's what the Word of God says. And still he is angry. No problem. We'll be able to rectify it. We can. No problem because I love him. That's the reason people say love is blind. Brother Roger, I'm talking to a person who's not got married. So he says love is blind, right?
No, love is not blind.
Okay.
Who told you that?
I never told. That's what people say. Okay? But I do say, in the name of love, we become blind. That makes sense? Love is never blind.
Yes, I agree. This worldly way of doing things, people say love is blind because they always fall in love. It's not what they think and observe, they fall. They just fell. They fell because they were blind.
If I have to ask a question for Brother Raja, I don't know whether it's appropriate. I just want to ask him.
You can ask me any question.
Any question, okay. One, why you didn't feel like getting married, or you didn't find the right person, or are you looking forward, in the future that you want to get married or something? I just want a little input on it.
Do you want to know? I'll tell you, sir. No. I don't believe in this world or in a Christian home or in a Christian church. Today, things are so personal that you can only keep to yourself. Listen, I nearly got married. Some of you know, some of you don't. I nearly got married 3 times in my life. Very close. God said no.
Happy man.
No. Yeah. Reason. The opposite person is a very angry person. Said no. That is not what I want in my life. No. So I answered your question.
Oh, yeah.
So am I still praying to the Lord?
I don't know. No, you should.
Am I still praying to the Lord? Yes. Is God working? Yes. Am I too much worried about it? No. God will do His work in His time, and that's just how things are. I read a statement from a friend of mine. The statement says, don't blame God if you want to handle life's problems and things all by yourself. Don't blame God when things go wrong. When you will give it to God, God will work it for you. 100%.
Thank you, Brother Raja. Okay. So, preparing for marriage takes a lot of thought. Okay, faith and prayer. That's more important. That's what I believe very much. Go a little bit further. We'll be able to. After marriage, what? Children. We just read the mission report. She never had a child. She wanted a child. We prayed. God gave. Praise God. But parenting is another change of life. We all are parents, we know. And raising up kids in this 21st century, in this beautiful, reckless world, is more challenging. In the generation of mobile, in the generation of technology, even the baby likes to have a mobile. You don't give a mobile, it starts crying and yelling. We have incidents of children, mobiles was taken absolutely away from them and they become mad. Why? The Bible says this very clearly. Hannah asked for a child, God gave a child. But getting a child is not important. How we be able to raise the child for the future is more important. You see, parents? Samuel was a dedicated man. At the same time, what happened? Even the father and the mother had to be absolutely dedicated. You are supposed to eat so much, you are not supposed to eat so much, you should be able to be here like this. God said, if you want a dedicated child, you have to sacrifice. Does that make sense? No sacrifice? You have to sacrifice. Birth of Samson. When Manoah prayed, they wanted a child. You should not eat honey, you should not eat this, you should not eat this, you should be able to be this way, you should call upon this way. You see? Criteria. You know, the Word of God gives us admonition that the parenting is not so easy as we think about. It takes a lot of sacrifice. What about birth of Jesus and birth of John the Baptist? It was not easy task for them, right? It was absolutely a very difficult task to rear the child in the way how the Lord wants to. The beauty is this. If before the birth of a child, she is self-indulgent, if she is selfish, impatient, and exacting, these traits will be reflected in the disposition of the child. Thus, many children are received as a birthright, almost unbreakable tendency of evil. Why? Because most of the parents, when the baby is there in the womb, their traits have been inculcated or transplanted. Okay, now recent study shows, the study shows it very clearly. The baby starts understanding the language of the world when it's there in the mother's womb. 3 months. Fascinating? Fascinating. Do you think so? This 21st century, the recent research shows that a baby understands the world's language when it's in the womb of 3 months. And God knew that before. That's the reason He told Manoah and his lovely wife, Mary and Elizabeth, anybody for that matter, follow these ones. Restrictive. What you listen, what you speak, how you behave in the family, all those traits will be inculcated when the baby is in your mother's womb. And after the baby is born, it's another responsibility of you to be able to care for. So that's one, preparing for the parenthood. Okay, and two important things today. I want to discuss that. Preparing for old age. We are talking about change. Things change. World change, people change, circumstances change, everything on this earth change except one thing. What is that? The reality of change is the one that doesn't change. Apart from that, life is cyclical and it changes. So, now we come to a very crucial part of life. That is old age. Who can escape old age?
No one.
We can. Coloring the hair. Right? You want to be trendy, so beautiful, you paint your face. Want to get the youth back again. But one thing is for sure. Old age is anticipated that you have to pass through that age. The question is, have you prepared?
Can I ask you a question?
For the old age? Yes, sir. You have something.
What do you define as old age?
Old age, huh?
Which is connected to death anyway, with a span of time. How can one be free of illness when you die or when you are of old age?
Sure.
Good question, good answer.
How?
How? Now, I'm really getting into biblical material. Yes.
And it's possible there have been people who have died just only because of old age and not because of disease and death. That's how we take care of our mission. machine, the body. You know, there are some things that come in by chance, genes, but that is a very small percentage. But disease can be overcome.
Is disease acquired or inherited?
Both. It is by choice most of the time. It's neither inherited nor acquired, not always. It's a very small percentage that we have acquired diseases and inherited diseases, but most of the time it's a complex situation, a lot of factors that affect the human body, but it's also our choice.
Let me ask you one question. This is very important. While human beings live, is there a possibility that somebody in your generation before committed a sin or deliberately was in a habit of doing something contrary to God, because of which something got passed to a fourth generation in the future? Does it happen? Oh, I see. So the choice of a human being whether to be sinless or to be sinful is a very important thing. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, that's very important part. One thing is absolutely evident is old age. Listen to this one, beautiful statement. It says is the best way to grow old is to put our trust in Him while still young. How do you know this? If you have to read Psalms chapter 71, you have how David demonstrates himself in trusting in Him in every end. Listen to this beautiful statement of Psalms, okay? The first three things which is absolutely very important. Number one, develop a deep personal knowledge of God while we are young. Once you get habituated, what happens? That will strengthen your bones and your muscles and your, all the system. That's what the experience of David is all about. If you're able to go into Psalms chapter 71. I don't have time to read all those stuff, but it's beautiful. The second one, but because old age is absolutely inevitable, everybody has to pass through that age. So, tips from biblical perspective. Number one is develop a deep personal relationship or knowledge of God when we are young. Number two, develop good habits. Like as you said, nutrition, water, sunshine, etc. To enjoy life longer and better. And all people who have followed the principles have died peacefully without any difficulty, without any ailment, without even taking the injection. My grandma was 102 years old. When she accepted Jesus, she was just 22 years old. Never suffered. Hardworking, never got angry, did the best of her ability. She never had even a single prick in her body. Recently, Pastor Edison Sanders, Dr. Edison Sanders' father, okay, Dr. Gordon Krishna's father, they all lived, in spite of all their traits and things like that, but still they lived a very long and a healthy life without any difficulty. Which means, and the third one is develop a passion for God's mission even in the old age. Don't think you've been retired, everything is absolutely done, things are absolutely over. No. I think so. That's the time when you're free, when you're able to do little, still contemplate and try to do God's mission. That will enable to strengthen your body in every angle. And that's what it means to say. And last but not the least, I'll complete it, okay? Another answer. Last one is called as preparing for death. I preach the sermon, once I will preach the sermon again. We prepare for marriage. We prepare for what all? Sister Jimna? Parenting. We prepare for everything on this earth. Many a times we fail to prepare for death. Let me be very honest with you. You read from Genesis to Revelation. When Bible says in Psalms chapter 90, verse 10, Your lifespan is 70. If your strength increases to 80, that's all. Which means your life is linear. You have a beginning and an end. And a time span is given during which anytime anything can happen. So which means you and I biblically have to prepare for death. You know why? If you and I are not prepared for death, you and I are not being able to prepare for resurrection. To take the biblical concept, the Bible says, prepare to meet thy God, O Israel. Amen? And the Lord said, I will go home and prepare a place for you. Amen? And the Bible says in Psalm chapter 19, your lifespan is so much, it simply says, gives a hint to you and say, prepare for the last. Think about it. You know why? Listen to the starting statement. On the other hand, what would you do if you know that you're going to die next month on 22nd? I'm about this. Right? You know, it's this way. There's a small saying. Even though I'm taking 2-3 minutes or a bit more, but this is very simple. Death walks into a family. A man who is absolutely very rich. And he says, I saw the list. This is your day. And today I've come here to take. Today I've come here to take you. You know, this man says, come on, death. How can you be so rude to me? I have everything. Give me at least one day to enjoy. He says, no, I'm death. When death comes on those steps, there is no excuse for you at all. Simply accept and follow. I don't know when the time will be, right? He said, no. At least give me 1 hour. He said, no. And this man said, please give me an opportunity. At least I want to have coffee with you before to die. He said, okay. This man makes coffee, put some sleeping tablet in it, and said, come on, Death, you drink now. Death was so happy, he drank the coffee, slept off. Suddenly what happened was, this guy went to the list, and he saw his name was first. So he thought, let me take the name and put it in the last so that I can still be able to enjoy. You know what happened? Death woke up. And says, oh my God, I slept. What is this? And he says, hey man, you're such a kind man. At least nobody treated me this way. You treated me this way. You gave me a cup of coffee. I had a very good nap. So instead of, reading the name from the first, I'll go from the last, he says. What happened? Where was his name? The last. So when death comes, you and I can never escape. The Bible is absolutely very much clear. Prepare for the time is here. Because one thing is absolutely sure. After death, you know what? Resurrection. If you and I are not prepared for death, Sister Sarah, and you and I are not prepared for the resurrection, that's the reason the Lord says it absolutely clear, prepare yourself for this. Because we know that one day we're going to die. But I thank Jesus Christ, the Bible says it very clearly. When Jesus won the victory on the cross of Calvary, he simply says, oh death, Paul says it very clearly, oh death, where is thy victory? Where is thy victory? Swallow up. As Christians, I admonish you in the name of Jesus. Death is the beginning of life, not an end of life in Christ. Death is the beginning of life, not the end of life. So let's unite and be joined together in Jesus Christ who was victorious over death. Give us an opportunity that we could prepare ourselves and our family members in this land. And whatever change comes, either it might be sickness, difficulty, problems, heartaches, pain, old age, or even death, we know the Lord is in control of each one of life. I like the story of Moses before I could be able to find out. That is, when Moses was alive old, God said, it is time for you to come. And Jesus, in his own hand, buries Moses. And later on, the beauty of this is this. It says, Moses, you're faithful. I don't want you to be in the grave. My son, wake up. And you could see Moses being resurrected and being taken to heaven. When Jesus was there on this earth, Moses and Elijah were there consoling Jesus when he was there. They can't get sick. So when life changes happen, nothing to fear about. Let us focus on righteousness. Focus on the cross of Calvary. The Lord is there to carry us through for each one of our lives. May God bless you as we contemplate on this word. At this time, sacrificial offering will be collected. I took a little bit of time, but it was very important that I could be able to convey everything.